There's a parable about a king, a great king who had many servants. One day he took 3 of his servants, and to each of them he gave coins. To the first servant he gave 5 coins, the second servant he gave 2 coins, and the last servant he gave 1. He entrusted this wealth to them for safekeeping while he was away on a great journey, and he wanted to see what each of these servants would do with the coins that he entrusted to them. The first man would go on to invest his money, and he would double it, giving him 10 coins. The second man, through trading, managed to also double his money, which left him with 4 coins. But the last servant was afraid and mistrustful. Anxious that he would lose the coin, he buried it and hid it. And when the king returned, the first and second servants were praised by the king for putting their money to work, for giving back more than what they were given. The last servant, however, when he handed the king back the single coin, the king was furious with him, calls him wicked and slothful for not using what was given to him to his advantage and to the advantage of his king. The story's not talking about money, but talents, qualities that we are given. And if we do not put them to work, one day it will be too late to do anything with them. Our purpose works similarly. We should put ourselves to work with our purpose instead of burying it. Purpose gives us direction and fulfillment. It can also be used to help those around us sometimes. Do you think when you die, let's say for instance that you believe in God, right? When you die and you stand before God who created you, whoever your God may be, and he gave you skills and qualities that you did not use for fear that they wouldn't work out, or you were afraid to use them because of what other people think, or you just didn't use them out of laziness. Do you think he's going to be pleased with you? Do you think he's going to be happy that you didn't use the gifts he gave you? Even if you don't believe in God, do you think you're going to be happy with yourself when you're lying on your deathbed and you're thinking, oh God, I could have been an artist. I could have went and started this business. I could have helped these people. We all have purpose in life. We all have a purpose that each of us individually is meant to do. And it is your duty to find it and work on it. Because without the primacy of purpose, we become like the fearful servant who did nothing with what he was given. What does it mean to have primacy of purpose? The word primacy stems from the Latin word primas, which means the first rank, the highest level. In essence, to have primacy of purpose is to place purpose at the highest level of importance in your life. But why? Why place purpose in such a high regard when some people may have families or jobs or whatever things that they may have distract them in their life? Why put purpose at the top? What does purpose even mean? Some people mightn't even know what purpose is. What is a purpose? To have a purpose, in my opinion, and from my personal experience, is to have a goal or a mission that you strive for that is beyond yourself. It's almost a selfless act to pursue it, because Your purpose is your gift to the world. It's something that you do not only for your own betterment, but perhaps to the betterment of others too. Purpose could be many things. It could be painting, sports, martial arts, writing, cooking, being a parent, helping others. So many things. Many people don't know their purpose, or they find it out too late, which is a shame, because purpose is, in my opinion, one of the most important things that humans should have. Without purpose, we are like a boat without sails, drifting on the water, never going anywhere, never having any direction, ending up in the wrong place. Without purpose, we become depressed, tired, without drive or direction in life. You can see this everywhere. So many people don't know what they want in life. They've no aspirations to strive for, no goals that they set for themselves to improve. And I believe it's one of the reasons why depression and negative mental health is so high today. Look around you. Suicide rates higher than they've ever been. Depression higher than it's ever been. Now, there's many reasons for that, but I think one of the main factors is there's a lack of purpose in today's life, or in the lives of people today. They're too distracted to see what their purpose is, because there's so much going on in the world today. Have you ever played a video game where after you beat the main story or the big objective in the game just becomes very dull? Because the mission, quest, the thing that you were striving for, it's done. It's no longer there. So now what is there to strive towards? And what happens? You lose interest. You go play a different game, because your purpose for playing that game isn't there anymore. So you go to find it by playing a different one. Humans by nature, biologically, are goal-driven creatures. We operate at our highest capacity. In fact, not even just humans. Most animals, I'd say in fact probably all animals, are goal-driven creatures. Look what happens when you put a lion into captivity, or like it gets bored and it becomes depressed, and it starts to not even resemble what it was, because it's not out in the wild doing what it's supposed to do. Hunting, being the king of the savannah. Like, we operate at our highest capacity when there is an objective to achieve. Now, I don't know about you, but see, when I don't have an objective, I float about. I can't get anything done. And I think many people will agree with me here that without clear direction, it becomes very hard to do anything substantial, or to improve anything in your life, or to try and make something of yourself, when you don't have an end goal, or not even an end goal, but an overarching reason for why you're doing it. So if you operate at your highest capacity when you have an objective, why wouldn't you pursue your purpose? Now, I could talk about purpose all day, about its importance and what it does to you when you don't have one, but how do you figure out what your purpose is? This is the real important thing. It varies from person to person. Each person enjoys different things. Therefore, everyone's purpose isn't going to be the same, which is fine. But I can't tell you what your purpose will be. I can give you a few questions for you to ask yourself that'll help you discern it through your own answering. And the questions are this. First one is, when is the last time you've done something that just felt right? Like it reached into a part of your soul. And simply just doing it felt fulfilling, even if you weren't getting any praise or any reward or any recognition for it. If you had all the material items in the world, all the money, the cars, the houses, whatever, what would give you joy without the need for a reward? What truly makes you feel like you've contributed something to society, that gives you a sense of happiness that I done that, that was me, and I'm proud of the fact that I done that, even if nobody cares. Like, it might be painting this glorious painting that looks incredible, and you stand in front of it when you're done, and you're looking at it and you're like, wow, I done that. And you send it off to an art gallery, or you give it to a friend, or you whatever, and you see the happiness of that person when they get this painting, and how much your work enriches them, and it gives you that deep sense of satisfaction. That is purpose. That's what you're looking for. That's the kind of thing that you want to pursue. That sense of giving something to the world, of doing something that makes you feel right. Now, it's a bit of a slippery slope, because some people can mix chasing pleasure with chasing purpose, but you're not doing it. You're not doing it for the outcome. You're not doing it because it feels good whenever you know finish it. You're doing it because somewhere deep in your heart you know that you have made the world a better place by doing this thing, whatever it is. And it's that feeling is a good saying that what you're doing is a purposeful, meaningful thing. If you can answer these questions that I said before, which really just boiled down to what would you do, what activity would you do, or what thing would you do if you'd all the material things in the world, all the praise, all the money, all the cars, whatever, what would you do to give something to the world? If you can answer those questions, chances are you found your purpose, or you found something close to it. And your purpose may evolve, it may change slightly over time, but the one key thing that will always stay is the sense of satisfaction for doing something bigger than yourself, even if you aren't getting anything for it. Like hitting the gym, you won't see the results from one workout, but you can still leave the gym feeling great for the work you put in. And over a long period of time, that work will pay off and you will start to see results. So I would urge you, if you feel directionless, if you feel like you don't have a real goal in life, I would sit down, take a deep breath, and start asking yourself the big questions about what you want for yourself. Because I can tell you from experience, life feels a whole lot better when you have a reason for living it. So, to wrap this up, I just want to say this to you. Don't be like the servant who was afraid of losing the coin. Put it out for the world to see. Because when the king returns, you don't want to have nothing to show but what he gave for you.